So let's say you used this maybe 100,000 to help your brother or do something, and you maybe start a business and you spent all the money and it just got lost like that. Don't cry. Don't cry. Like Bible says, don't cry, baby, don't cry. So don't cry. Call this school fees for the lesson that you learned. People spend millions of shillings to get masters, but the lesson that whatever you have tried doesn't work, especially in getting people out of generational poverty, is such a fundamental lesson.
True.
That you can call that 100,000 school fees for such a lesson.
Exactly.
And move ahead. Once you have the lessons, move ahead with the lessons and ensure that this wisdom helps you to make better decisions in the future.
Exactly.
And there's temptation for you to be angry
and mad
at yourself first and then at other people. Try to compose yourself and remember that mistakes is to human. Mistake is to human. People make mistakes and they get chance to get over it. Don't punish yourself.
So there's a book I read called The Richest Man in Babylon. The advice the book writer gives is that we are not saying you should not help people. That's not what we have said. He says that when you get your portion, the money, or you get paid, you have saved what needs to be saved.
Save first, always.
What remains, you can put a limit that I'll help people to this extent. Something that you can safely carry. So don't just help people haphazardly the way we used to do.
Don't just. And then there is this problem. You know, you go home, you find people are suffering in a particular way. The mentality is to always throw money at every problem. No, not all problems need money.
Exactly.
Not all problems are a result of poverty. You go home, they can't go to church, they say because it is poverty. You go home, they can't pass exams because they don't have money. No, not all problems are solved by money. Money is not the root of all problems. So remember not to throw money. Somebody is sick, at least know that there are non-monetary ways of helping people. The problem with poor people is that every time they are sick because they don't have money. And sometimes don't wait to solve problems with money. So if you see someone has a problem, they are sick, or their mother has died, or their parent has some problem, has had an accident, please, it is also just help enough to go and visit them,
with them,
have stories with them, laugh with them. And also, don't always solve problems with money.
Poor people also think that it's good to solve problems with money.
That's money is the only solution to all problems.
In WhatsApp group, I lose my relative, the first thing, let's contribute.
Let's contribute.
Poor people with poor mentality that have few coins.
Throw money at every problem. Exactly. In fact, when you throw money at problems that are emotional, it means that you are emotionally empty.
Exactly.
Somebody's mother is dead, you have not even prayed with them, you have not even gone to visit them.
You have contributed.
You have thrown money. Because to you, all problems, whether they are emotional, heartache, whatever, they can be solved by money. So don't have that mentality. Know that you can offer something better than money. To your girlfriend. Sometimes when your girlfriend has left you, it is not because you are poor. Sometimes you are terrible. You are terrible emotionally. You don't understand stuff. And the problem is that you are never told how to hug.
The audience, which are ladies, are just talking.
No, it is the same thing. Somebody has been dumped.
Because
they didn't know even how to hug.
They have not been taught.
Like their fathers never hugged them because poverty doesn't allow fathers to hug people.
Exactly.
They don't have that time for their children. Poverty never allowed your parents to actually teach you how to tell stories and to authentically express your feelings.
So you realize that they are boring.
You are a boring fellow. You are always preaching. You are always doing Bible study, and every discussion with you gets deep. There's no light moment in your life. You are just there. And ladies don't like that. Also, men don't like people who are always serious with matters.
They are bitter in everything.
You are bitter with everything, and everything turns emotional. So you find this guy, you have this girlfriend, another man is entertaining her, and you are submarine, and you realize all of a sudden you have lost your friend. And you look at the person who has taken her, the person is slightly richer than you, or maybe liquid. Maybe you are richer than him, but he's liquid. You are currently broke but rich. But the first thing you think about, it's because I'm poor, because my parents are poor. No.
Or because I do a smaller course.
In fact, in most cases, you are terrible at relating.
Exactly.
And some of us didn't notice these things until it is too late.
Exactly.
Until we found ladies who are authentic with us and told us, you are terrible.
Can I tell you a mistake that I did or something? I never went on a date.
You saw dates as waste of time.
Waste of
money. And you thought that to have a date, there must be money.
Exactly.
Because
so when somebody tells me we go to date,
you don't see yourself going for a nature walk free of money.
So right now I should go on a date because I know everything is not, we don't throw money at everything.
You don't throw money at all problems. Your girlfriend is sad, you want to buy them a gift.
A gift.
No.
Just say a buju buju.
Say a buju buju. And you've heard of this person saying, ukiona mama menuna.
Sema maneno matamu.
Kuweka maneno matamu. Hapo utasikia. You don't know how to communicate feelings. That is your problem. So always learn to solve problems without having to resort to money and materials.
Gifts. Exactly.
Yeah. So these are some of the things that I call them kingdom messages. And the last thing that I would like to tell you, if you are a Christian or you are into some religion, please be very careful on the kind of theology you are following. As a Christian, people, I think somebody lied to us that poverty teaches people morals.
No.
Don't glorify poverty in that manner.
No.
Poverty teaches no morals.
Exactly.
If you look at the way poverty has made people not focus on their education, their health, their things, poverty disempowers. Poverty messes up people's mental capacity, and I've already shown you that it actually reduces IQ by up to
13%.
By 13%. If you are supposed to have an intelligence quotient of 120,
now
you end up having
107. 100.
No.
103.
120 minus 13.
Oh, you had. Oh, I just subtracted 13%
directly.
So, that is not poverty.
So when you realize
that is creativity.
So because of this, poverty disempowers, and God is not happy with a poor state of human.
Exactly.
God set up a rich background for people to flourish. Also, don't look at the Bible as a way of as something that makes suffering a great thing to
endure.
Unless you are suffering because of principle. But if you are suffering because of poverty is not a principle.
Count it. They say, count it a blessing. When you endure.
Don't endure poverty.
Don't endure poverty.
No, don't accept poverty.
Exactly.
You know that you are poor. Don't let it be your portion.
Do whatever it takes to get out of poverty.
Whatever it takes to get out of poverty, as long as it doesn't hurt anyone.
Work 18 hours a day, even 24 hours.
Even 24 hours a day.
Just work, yes.
If you look at what the Bible says about having dominion, the Bible commanded man to go and have dominion. Dominion is not about building new churches and making more Christians. No. Dominion means having control, power, and authority. But if in your church a politician who has not even a single certificate can walk in and disrupt your session and give a speech, give wisdom on things he doesn't understand, it means that there is no dominion. Even your pastor doesn't have dominion. How can your people have dominion when they can't tell a politician that here we don't play politics?
Cool down. But let me just say, even God, the God we know, when we are first introduced to God in the book of Genesis, God never associated himself with poor people.
But Abraham was so rich that, and he was not just rich. Abraham had true dominion. There's a time those guys
abducted. I was giving examples.
Okay. I've left you to
Lot.
They abducted Lot.
They abducted Lot, okay?
And Abraham.
Who is this?
Fools must know me.
Job.
No, I'm talking about...
I'm not into Job.
No, I'm talking about the example of Abraham. You know, some people don't know how rich Abraham was.
Abraham was rich. His household was... Actually, his soldiers were about 300.
But leave alone that. When the king of Sodom that abducted Lot, Abraham marshaled his force, his personal servants, and went and fought four kings
and overcame
them and looted their resources. Now, I think most people don't put that into context.
After looting the resources, give 10th part of it.
Wait. I want you to imagine you are pastor, or you as a Christian, and somebody has come and has abducted. Maybe Kagame, Paul Kagame, is the president of Rwanda. Has come and abducted your sister because your sister is beautiful and is
round. Yeah.
They say fupi amenona round, so you do it in symbols. You say. So if they do that, and then you go out, you are so mad about it. You are not Uhuru Kenyatta. You are Eric Arua.
You are Tom.
You are Tom Rogers, like this Tom. Like, you go out and in anger you decide to beat Kagame and overthrow his government and steal his property.
Resources.
You go, not only Kagame, you go and also beat Burundi. Nkurunziza is no longer.
Can we start with Museveni?
You go to Museveni and beat Museveni, and you even beat.
I will start with
Magufuli.
Exactly.
Like, you beat 4 kings.
You can't beat somebody who is dead.
Magufuli is dead.
Yes.
Allah. Okay. So scratch that. Suluhu.
Exactly.
Like, you can imagine going to 4 presidents and overthrowing their governments just because one of them abducted your sister.
Exactly.
That means that Abraham was a person whom even his own president could not joke with.
Exactly.
That is, to me, what dominion means. Dominion means to have wealth, to have power, to have authority, to have control. And by this, by proving that you are potentially dangerous, that is when you can actually be a good person. Otherwise, you may be humble and easy and cool and quiet just to buy your peace.
Just because of circumstances.
Because somebody can give you talment if you made noise anyway.
No. And those somebody who don't know talment
can thwack you if you made noise. So you choose to keep quiet. It is not that you are keeping quiet as a virtue.
Exactly.
No. But for you to be truly virtuous, you must be potentially dangerous. And Jesus actually showed it.
Exactly.
There's a time he walked into a church, found people messing up with his father's house.
Then he killed them thoroughly.
He didn't kill them. He just looked at them and they're like, no. The way this guy is behaving, he's not easy now. And they ran away. And there's a time they went to arrest him. He told them, he knows that a battalion of soldiers have come to arrest him. He knows, and these people are armed to teeth. They come to arrest him. He's not hiding.
Exactly.
He walks out and singles himself out and says, whom are you looking for?
Whom are you looking for? Then
and when I am the person you are looking for. So leave these guys alone.
So meaning Christ was really...
He could command soldiers. And he's a poor man. He could command soldiers to leave his disciples. And when those soldiers tried to bring a mutiny and he's like, no, I've said I am he. Leave these people alone. And when he did that, those guys fell down
on
like
the
brooms.
ground. Exactly.
Why? He showed them that by me being meek and letting you arrest me is a virtue. It is not that you have overpowered me.
Exactly.
So for a Christian to be truly virtuous, they must be powerful.